Squarespace gives us the ability to add a button to the main navigation of our website. But what if you want 2 buttons? That's exactly what you'll learn how to create in this tutorial. I'm Becca Harpain, Squarespace expert and educator and creator of InsideTheSquare.co. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to use custom code to add a second button to your main navigation. We'll also add a second button to your mobile menu, just in case you want to have a unique style on smaller devices. All the codes I'm about to share are listed in the description below, but as I'm sure you can imagine, we've got a lot that you're going to want to change. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to teach you exactly how to use these codes and how to customize them. Let's get started. Here we are inside Squarespace, and I have 3 standard pages in my menu and a drop-down folder. What we're going to do is add custom code. So on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to select Pages, and then I'll scroll down to Website Tools and click on Custom CSS. This is where you'll paste the code that you'll find under the video, but we've got a lot to customize, so let me explain to you how this works. Instantly, we'll see a bright red background on that drop-down folder. This part of the code says background red, and that's where that color came from. Now, if we click on the mobile view and we open up our mobile menu, you'll see that we have that bright red color there as well. Now, back here in the desktop view, we've got a couple of other customizations to make, but before we do, I want to point out something super important. Do you see this part of the code where it says not user accounts link text, and down here it says not customer account login mobile? I'll select save and we'll select edit to show you exactly why we have that code. If I edit the site header and I turn on the account feature for member sites or any other feature where someone needs to log into the Squarespace website, that's going to place that link right here between my menu and the button. This login link can be customized with a totally different code, and I'll include that code in the description below if that's what you want to be the second button. But let's assume that you don't have that account feature on and you're just talking about your main navigation. That's the code that we're using in this tutorial. I'll select Save and Exit, and I want to show you one last thing here. In our website menu, under the Pages option, I can actually move that folder to be my first page here, and you'll notice the last link inside my menu now gets that background color. This will apply to whatever is the last link. So if you rearrange these pages, the last link in your list is going to get this effect. All right, let's customize that code just a little more. Clicking into Website Tools and Custom CSS, I'm going to add a semicolon after the word red, and we're going to give it some padding. I'm going to say padding 5px, and that's going to add 5 pixels around the text. But did you notice that as soon as I added that, page 3 is no longer in line with the other links? We added 10 pixels to the size of that object, 5 on top and 5 on the bottom. So let's center it by saying margin top -5px. That's going to pull it up, so now we'll see page 1, 2, and 3 all on a line, even with the text for drop-down folder. There we go. Now, one last thing I want to code in this tutorial is to give this a hover effect, so it changes color on hover. I'm going to take this very first selector class, I'll add it in a new line, and I'm going to add the colon symbol and the word hover. This means when you're looking at the very last link in the header navigation, and it's not an account link, but I'm hovering over it with my cursor, here's the code that we're going to add. We're going to say background pink. And now when I hover over that button, the background of it will turn pink. In case you're curious, the reason we didn't need to use this part of the code is because that's for our mobile menu, and there's no cursor to create a hover effect on mobile. So we don't need to use that part in our code. We only need to target the desktop version, the last link in our header navigation that's not an account link. I'll go ahead and select Save, and we'll call this tutorial good to go. Underneath this video, you'll find all the codes that we just used to make this magic happen in Squarespace. Just make sure that you customize the important style values like the color so it matches the unique style of your own Squarespace website. Underneath this video, along with those codes, you'll also find links to related resources because I've got a lot more to teach you about all the cool things Squarespace can do. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely check those out. And let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you if you liked this tutorial and what else you'd like to learn about Squarespace. Thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now. If you liked this tutorial, then you are going to love my Squarespace CSS cheat sheet. I've created a Notion database to hold all of the selectors for everything I want to modify on a Squarespace website. I've packed it with pro tips and custom code snippets that you can use to make your Squarespace website uniquely yours. Get access to this game-changing database at InsideTheSquare.co/CSS. That's insidethesquare.co/CSS.